trigger warning, trigger warning. This is about SA. Men, period, had it hard enough. Black men, especially. Black men from Detroit, especially. Your boy risks his freedom to get his brother some coochie on a cruise when there's 5,000 other people on this cruise. If you don't go find your own coochie,
Style. Style is the answer to everything.
all right. What up, though? What it do? It's your girl Jan checking all the way back in, and you already know what time it is. It's time to kick it. It's time to check in with your girl Jan. And we got to get in this because y'all know what I'm saying. I'm from Detroit. And so I'm torn because I'm from Detroit, right? And these people are from Detroit. These alleged offenders, okay? They're from Detroit. But I'm a woman, okay? And y'all know, if you know, you know, I'm an advocate for survivors. I'm an advocate for, women in the industry, sex workers, whatever. Like, I don't believe nobody should have their body taken if they don't want to. Like, I don't believe nobody should be tricked into nothing, manipulated into sex, intimidated into sex, like none of that. It should always be mutual and consensual when people is having sex. So, like I said, I'm from Detroit, so I want to think the best for these guys. You know what I'm saying? I want to be on their side, but at the same time, I got to always be an advocate for survivors when it comes to SA, DV, all of those things. I'm an advocate. So here's the story. If you haven't heard, and you guys, y'all know I love to travel. So when this came across my timeline, I'm like, Lord have mercy. I got a carnival cruise booked for next December for my birthday. Okay. So apparently, two Detroit men was arrested and charged in the Bahamas with SA. Both of them was charged with SA, and one of them was charged with abatement to SA, basically meaning he set the girl up to get SA, right? So what happened was the woman, now they're not disclosing much about her. I don't know if she black, white. All we know is that she's 25 and she's from Miami. Now, excuse me, this young lady, she says that she was on a cruise with her family when she met the guy. His last name is Reedus. Okay. She met Mr. Reedus on the cruise. They exchanged numbers. They hit it off. They got together at some point, had drinks, and one thing led to another. They went back to his cabin and got together. If you know what I'm saying, right? So apparently it was good because the baby girl fell asleep. So she says that, she was falling asleep, and the guy, Reedus, who she had made this connection with, told her, okay, I have to go do something for my mom. I'll be back. So Reedus goes, does something for his mom, and baby girl falls asleep. Baby girl says she wakes up and the guy's back in the bed. So they commence to having sex a second time. But at some point, she gets up, turns the light on, and that's when she realizes it was not Reedus. It was another man she knew nothing about. So she's claiming that the second guy, who turns out to be the first guy's stepbrother, his older stepbrother, his name is Flowers, last name Flowers, he's in the bed with her. And she like, where you come from? Who is you? Where is your brother? She mad. She flipping out. Apparently, she knew nothing about the swap. And she didn't realize that she was having sex with Flowers until she turned on the light. So, the police are called. They are arrested in the Bahamas and subsequently charged, like I said. There's denied bail. and they will not be seeing another judge until March 26th. That's when their next court date is. Now, for me, first thing I'm gonna say is they wrong. They should know better. What type of dude set his brother up to get some coochie and then end up locked up? Like, is it that serious for you to get your brother some coochie that you gonna risk your freedom? You never know what waters you floating in when you on a cruise. You done already got the coochie yourself. You done built a bond with this girl. Who knows how many days left y'all got? You gonna mess up your possible future coochie to get your brother son right quick? No, that don't sound right to me. That sound fishy. That sound fishy. I don't like. Why would you mess up your for show coochie to try to get your brother son? It don't make no sense. I don't think he set that up. If it happened like that, I don't think he set it up. First of all. Sorry, sis. I don't think he set it up. I think if anything, the brother came in without him knowing while he was off doing something for their mom. The brother came in. That's number one. Number two, if you look at the picture, look on my page, go to my page on Facebook, Jennifer Michelle Graham on Facebook. Those guys look nothing alike. Like Stevie Wonder could tell that's not the same guy. Like they literally have. Okay, so the guy that she said she hooked up with, and this is not to say she lying. Please, I just told you I'm an advocate for survivors. I'm an advocate for women. I'm always be on the women's side. But I'm just saying, sis, like you got to do better. They look nothing alike, and even if the lights is out, the one guy he got little bitty baby locks, like little bitty twists. The guy that she says she consented to be with, he's much lighter skin. He have very minimal facial hair, and he have little bitty twisty baby locks, right? And then the second guy that she said came in that she thought was the first guy, he got big, long, thick locks all the way down to here. He got a big, thick beard. Sis, now come on. If I'm a lawyer, which I used to kind of want to be a lawyer a little bit, I got a lawyer mind, right? A lawyer gonna get him off, gonna get them off. They're gonna say you consented to just having it with both of them. That's what they're gonna say. If you look at so it's gonna be hard to prove this. It's gonna be down to trigger warning, okay? Trigger warning, trigger warning. This is about essay. It's gonna be down to consent. It's gonna be down to the consent, and they're going to paint you out to be a liar because you're gonna have to give details to this jury that is gonna be indisputable because right now it's like how can you say you didn't know that was not the same person? Like if you in any way touched his face, you knew that wasn't the same person. If his face touched you in any kind of way, you knew that wasn't the same person. Like if y'all kissed, if he licked on you, if he touched on you like that, you could tell that wasn't the same person. They don't got the same facial hair. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what they build is like they step brothers. So they're not related. You know what I'm saying? I'm so sorry, sis, but it's gonna be hard. If I'm their lawyer, I'm gonna say you consented to the 3. Okay, you was down with the 3, and somebody found out something happened, and you wanted to say something because, first, like I said, first of all, why would boy risk his freedom to get his brother some coochie on a cruise when there's 5,000 other people on this cruise? If you don't go find your own coochie, so I feel like either the brother snuck in there on some drunk shit trying to do that behind his little brother back, or she knew. And because how could you not know? I mean, I'm 42 years old. I just turned 42. I had to remember, I'm 42 years old. Okay, I've had my share of consensual and non-consensual. I have been in a situation where I've been forced to do something that I didn't want to do. I'm grateful to still have my life. So I don't like it when people lie about stuff like that. Like you cannot do that. It makes it harder for women when they really get essay. So I don't mean to say you lying, sis, but this is what the lawyers are going to say. This is what the investigators are going to say. First thing I thought was, how did you not know that was the same person when they facial hair is so different and y'all get down? Then he get in the bed and just get behind you, and it was at no point that he like kissed on your neck, kissed on you, or nothing like that. At no point that you feel his facial hair, because that's a telltale sign right there. If he had all them dreads and all that facial hair, there's no way you could tell me that you thought that was the same guy. So I'm gonna need you to come with something else. That's all I'm saying. And I'm not saying that you was not violated. I'm not saying, sis, that you wasn't violated, Miss 25-year-old from Miami. But for you to tell the cops that you consented to sex with Ritas, fell asleep, and later woke up to learn that you had just had it with flowers after turning on the light. So y'all went through the whole act. You didn't. This is not funny. Lord, please forgive me. This is not funny, and that's my whole point. Like, you don't play on people's top. These is fathers probably. This is somebody's son. They was going on a trip. If it didn't happen like that, sis, please don't say it did. Please don't say it happened like that if it didn't happen like that. And it's been too many things in the news lately where I've been feeling like, sis, I want to be on your side, but don't lie on these men. Men, period, have it hard enough. Black men, especially. Black men from Detroit, especially. Like, don't lie on them guys if they did not violate you, sis. If you got drunk and consented to something that you regret now, we've all been there to a certain extent. Maybe not as far as you had to endure. Maybe not as far as y'all took it. You know, maybe they should have never even, confronted you with that. Or, you know what I'm saying? Maybe the second guy. Because, like I said, I don't think the first guy knew anything about it. I think the second guy, if anything, if the trickery was on anybody, I think it was the second guy. I think he did not know that his brother was going in there to do that. That's what I think. Because we're going, like I said, if I'm a guy, right, and some of my friends say I think like a guy. Some of my friends say I act like a guy. So if I'm a guy, right, and I done hooked up with this girl on this cruise, I've spent all this time bonding with her, getting the number. We been texting. I've been buying drinks. I done brought her back to my cabin. Now, maybe he probably was sharing the cabin with the brother. A lot of people, share cabins on cruises. So he probably was sharing the cabin with the brother. Brother came in on some bullcrap. Like, that's just what I think. And I hope that the truth come out. Like, that's my thing. I hope that the truth come out. Because these two guys is from Detroit. And like I said, as much as I love women, as much as I'm team girl, as much as I'm a supporter of SA survivors, what up, though? I'm going to root and ride for black men, and especially black men from Detroit. And I'm going to stand against women if they're lying, because it makes it hard for women who tell the truth. So I'm going to be following this case. Like I said, I don't know if y'all heard about it. Apparently, the assault happened on December 15th, where, this consensual situation between Mr. Ritas happened, and Mr. Ritas is 26. He had sex with this woman. They was chilling. She went to sleep. Well, she laid down while he went to go run an errand for his mom. She was cool with laying down, and while he went to run an errand, he cut the light out while she lay down. Whether it was out while they had sex, all of these little details gonna have to come out in the trial, because they locked up. They was denied bail in the Bahamas. Can you imagine going on a cruise, getting you some cutty, and next thing you know, you getting arrested, can't go home because you set your brother up to get some cooch? Absolutely not. I just don't think that's how it happened. And I'm sorry to this woman. Whatever happened, you know what I'm saying? If she was uncomfortable, I'm sorry. But I think it's that second brother. I don't trust him. I think he's the one who tried to do the trickery and then probably tried to make it seem like his brother knew. But I don't think his brother knew. I don't think his brother knew. And at the end of the day, if they was all drinking and inhibitions down, or if the brother got coerced, if the younger brother got coerced by the big brother to set this girl up or anything like that, you know, God forbid, you know, they're going to have to answer to that. You know what I'm saying? But the fact of the matter is, you can't just be like, "Oh, that just happened. Oh, she just let it happen." Oh no, y'all needed to have straight up consent, and consent is not only just happening. It's I said yes to this, to it's who, what, when, and where I said I was willing to do this. And if you don't know that by now in 2025, you don't need to be having sex. I'm just saying. Because you better have consent. You better know for a fact you got consent, and you better know for a fact that this person is even old enough to give consent. I advise you to check some ID. Since y'all like to still listen to R. Kelly, take his advice that he didn't take himself, and make sure that somebody cool with that. And then to the brother, if they was sharing a cabin, because that's what I'm really thinking, that the younger brother and the older brother was sharing a cabin, and he came in and just had his way because it was a naked girl in the bed or whatever. I don't know. Like, I'm appalled. As somebody who loved to travel, who went on a cruise this year and loved it and cannot wait, or I gotta stop saying can't wait, and who is extremely excited to go on another cruise next year, I'm appalled that this happened. I'm appalled that these guys is from Detroit, that y'all even put yourselves in a position, a predicament to have this accusation that this allegedly happened. Is just terrible. Switching without somebody knowing is trash. It's foul. It's lame. It's whack. It's not a three. It's not a. It's not a train. It's lame. It's great. It's great. If y'all did this to this girl, y'all need to go to jail. Just like y'all denied bail, y'all need to be in there. And y'all need to be in there for a long time. Because that's probably not the first time y'all did that. If y'all did it. But it's just really kind of fishy to me. Because like I said, I don't understand how she could have not knew they was different. The one guy got absolutely hardly no hair on his face and little bitty twisties. And the other guy got long locks. Y'all, he must have just got in the bed and got behind you and just, which I mean, I could see that. That could have happened. That's why I say the details are gonna have to come out in this trial, and I'm going to be watching and listening. Hopefully it'll be on court TV. Because that's what you're gonna have to say happened. That he got behind you, made sure that none of his top of his body was touching none of yours. Made sure you didn't reach back and do nothing. Like, what type of sex was y'all having? Like, was it just 1-2 pumps and then you realized it? Because, like, was they the same size? Right? Like, you didn't realize it was a different something entering you? Because the way the report reads is like they finished. Like, her and the second guy, they went through with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, the whole thing happened. And then they got up to cut on the light and she realized it was a different person. So, like, I'm thinking he must have just got behind her and in a spoon, like a spoon, I don't know. That's the only way I can see this could even be plausible. And I don't want to think that you're lying, sis. Like, I just don't want to say that you're lying because like I say, as a survivor, I'm going to always be on your team. So I'm trying to make this happen. I'm trying to make it make sense. Because at first, I was mad at them. When I first read it, I was like, these niggas is stupid. Like, why would they do something like this? They're making us look bad by being from Detroit doing this and da 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 da. But then I had to look back at the picture, and I'm like, how she didn't know that wasn't the same person? I don't know, y'all. I'm gonna put the picture up in the edited version of this video, so make sure you're subscribed to my YouTube channel if you haven't already. Jen Checking In TV, Messy and Makeup, and Time to Talk Out. Make sure you're subscribed to all three of those, okay, on YouTube. And let me know what y'all think about this. Y'all do your own research and let me know what y'all think, because I think I need some more information before I can just completely make my decision. And I'm sorry, because y'all know how I am. I'm team survivor. You know what I mean? But I just feel like we have to understand what the lawyers is gonna say. I mean, there's just period point blank. Let's see, what details are they giving? So this article here comes from Our News. I got this from ChatGPT. I think this is like a Nassau publication. So it says 2 men charged with rape of a 25-year-old woman in cruise ship stateroom. Nassau, Bahamas. Prosecutors allege that Antoine Flowers, 28, and Saywan Reedus, both of Detroit, Michigan, raped a 25-year-old woman on December 15th on the Carnival Sunrise. 2 men are behind bars accused of the rape of a 25-year-old woman in a Carnival cruise ship stateroom. Prosecutors allege that Antoine Flowers, 28, and Saywan Reedus, both of Detroit, Michigan, raped the woman on December 15th in the Carnival Sunrise. According to a police report, the woman went to the men's so they were sharing a room. Went to the men's cabin where she had consensual sex with one of them, being Reedus. She fell asleep, and when she woke up, another man was having sex with her without her permission. Flowers faces a single count of rape by himself, while he and Reedus are charged together with raping the woman. Reedus is also accused of abatement to the rape. They were not required to enter pleas to the charges when they stood before Magistrate Abigail Farrington, and bail was denied. They returned to court on March 26th to receive voluntary bill of indictment papers. So I think some of that stuff that I was saying is like Bahamas talk. You know what I'm saying? But this is what I want to focus on. So it says she went to the men's cabin. So she knew that it was both of their cabins that they were sharing. She went there with Reedus. She fell asleep, and when she woke up, the other one was having it with her. So okay, let's just, you know what I'm saying, think about a scenario of when we are having relations with our peoples, right? It's been times where you will be getting it in when you go to sleep, you know what I'm saying? Then you wake up in the middle of the night and you kind of like get a quickie or whatever. Don't have to really be a lot of words said. Don't have to be a whole lot of touchy feely going on. Or you done had on mamas where, especially dudes, they want you to wake them up with it. You know what I'm saying? As a woman, you done have times where you wake up and he like, inching in or whatever. And it don't have to be a whole lot of touch and a whole lot of words said. And at first you go with it, right? But then she realized, because the article said that she woke up to this person doing this. So, that's why I say I think it's this second brother and it's not the first brother. I don't think he set it up. I really don't. Think that either one of two things happened. Either she consented to both of them, or the second one did the trickery on his own. And I don't even know these guys, bro. I don't know them. Yeah, they from Detroit, but I don't know these guys from a can of paint. But I'm just playing investigator. It just, it don't make sense. So like I said, that was the article. We read it. Y'all leave me a comment. Let me know what y'all think. Do y'all think everything she's saying is true and they tricked her and she knew nothing about it and she just woke up to this stranger violating her and that the first guy set it up? Do y'all think the second guy found the opportunity to go and do some sneaky, dirty, conniving stuff and it was all him and the brother didn't know beforehand? Or do y'all think she was just having a good time and then when she got sober, she regretted it and she lied on them? Which one do y'all think? I think it's the second one. I think she consented to the first guy and the second guy was cock blocking, jealous, whatever, and thought he was going to be able to come in and do some squeeze or whatever because apparently, that reminds me, I was talking to a friend of mine and apparently, this is something that used to go on back in the 90s, the 2000s, whatever, to where guys, especially like in a trap, they would have young girls over, get them pissy, and then they would do, have their friend come in, do, then they come back and act, and the girl is none the wiser that the friend then came in and violated her. You know what I'm saying? So, excuse me. Apparently, that's a thing where guys is knowingly doing that. So, I mean, and I didn't know that. So, when I heard that, I was like, dang, could this be true? That these fools really tried that on a cruise ship? Because you shouldn't be trying that nowhere. That's great. It's terrible. It's lame. You whack. You can't get your own cruise. You got to trick somebody into hitting them, you is just a whack lame and you should just really just give it up. But you know, for you to try that on a cruise ship and you never know what jurisdiction and what laws you under, you really dumb. Thank you. Um don't it? You know what I'm saying? Like, and then they from Detroit. They making y'all look bad. Our guys, our Detroit guys now, sometimes they be on some bull crap. But they're not really like that. They're not really like that. I can't well I didn't think they was. But apparently some of the stories that I'm hearing is that street niggas was doing this back in the day, swapping, calling it squeezing girls, making jokes, telling the girls to their face after it happened, like, yeah, we hit you on the squeeze. And then next thing you know, she don't care. She just want to get high. She come back. And now y'all think it's cool to go do this on a cruise ship? Absolutely not. Some shit you was doing maybe when you was 17, 18 in the trap. Now you 27, 28, and you gonna try to go do it on the carnival sunrise. Baby, you not gonna see too many more sunrises outside of the prison walls of the Bahamas. At least you in the Bahamas. You in prison, but at least you in the Bahamas. If y'all did that, y'all going to prison. And I'm appalled and I'm ashamed of y'all. But if y'all didn't do that, I got y'all back. I'm praying for y'all. And, you know, I'm praying for everybody involved either way. If y'all did do that, I'm still praying for y'all. I'm praying that y'all can repent and see the error of y'all ways and that God will forgive y'all and that y'all will never do that again. For the woman who was violated, I pray for you and your peace, serenity, and that you could get through this with, you know, God's speed and that you can be a testimony. Because I've been there, I understand how it is to be violated. It's no joke. That the person that you was before that is absolutely none and void. They you die and you are another person and it's traumatic. You now have PTSD. You know what I'm saying? It's too much. And to feel like you was tricked is no better than if somebody put a gun to your head. So I'm praying for all involved and I really hope those guys didn't do that because y'all is really misrepresenting Detroit. Our guys is not that desperate. God, I hope y'all is not that desperate. Okay. I watch the news a lot. We ain't had no serial rapists or nothing like that in a while. It's too many people out here that's willing and able to give it up free or for a small fee. Okay, keep it for real. Y'all ain't gotta go out here strong arming nobody for no vagina. That's just ridiculous. And God forbid y'all go to jail and somebody strong arm y'all for y'all little boy pussy. Okay? Or manipulate y'all. Or God forbid somebody do something like that to y'all daughters. Like, we gotta do better, Detroit. You know, don't and I'm gonna just say to the readers, the first guy, the guy that she made the connection with, if you didn't set her up to get raped, you should have been protecting her. That was supposed to be your friend. That was your girl. You had been hanging out with her. What up, though? Damien. You had hooked up with her. You had exchanged numbers. You had been buying her drinks the whole time. Y'all had hooked up at the pool. You brought her back to your room. You were supposed to keep her safe. That's why I don't play that. I don't go to niggas' houses and they got roommates and all that because you just never know. You never know. You might think you know this guy and you might think he's trustworthy and safe, but you left her in that room by herself and he came back and violated her. If you didn't know. You know what I'm saying? You should have protected her better. You should have told him, like, don't come in there, take his key, lock the door. If you knew she was going to be in there, or just don't leave her in there. Tell her, no, girl, go back to your room because I got to go. And I'll come, we can hook up later because I don't want to leave you in here because my brother might come in here and I don't want. You got to protect the woman if she's giving you her time. Y'all on a cruise ship. So what? You is responsible for her after y'all just did the do. And now you just leave her there for your brother to do whatever. If you didn't know. So, like, shame on you, Mr. Reedus, for not being the protector that a man is supposed to be. I don't care if that's not your girl. You had just made relations with her. So you should have been making sure that she left your room the same way that she came. So if nothing else, you're guilty of not taking care of that woman after you had just did whatever you wanted to do. Now you got to go do something for your mama. Like, come on. It sounds fishy, but who knows? Maybe he got one of those mamas that's on a cruise ship in a casino, like, bring me this, bring me that. Maybe he did have to go get something for his mama, and that's his stepbrother. So maybe his daddy's son or his mama husband's son was jealous the whole time, seen the opportunity and came in there and did that to old girl because he was mad because she didn't want him, she wanted the brother. It could have went so many ways, y'all. So like I said, let me know what y'all think in the comments. Leave me a comment, whether it's on Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, wherever. Let me know what y'all think about this Carnival Cruise grape. Do y'all think them guys double teamed and tricked that girl and he came in and did it to her while she was asleep? And the brother, do you think A, the brother knew and set it up, B, the brother had no idea, and the rapist brother came in and did it by himself on a sneak? Or do you think the girl just knew and she just lying all together and she meant to be with both of them? What y'all think? I think it's number two. I think it's number two. Because it's either number two or number three. I hope it's not number three. I think it's number two, though. I think it's number two because they said that she woke up and he was doing that. You know what I'm saying? So I think he got behind her. Boom, boom, boom. Thought he was going to get away with it before she, you know what I'm saying, figured it out. And she wasn't as drunk as he thought. So she woke up and went off and told it everything. Like, maybe he thought that she was just going to be like, oh, it's cool, you cute too or something. I don't know, but he needs beat. He need grass beat. Okay, belt to grass. That's what he need. And he definitely need to stay in prison. And the brother need to be taught some type of lesson too. Nah, if he didn't grape her or if he didn't set it up, I don't think he should have to go to prison for that, though. Nah. And I that's why I'm saying I don't like when people lie and when guys have to go through stuff and they didn't do it because, like I said, it make it harder when it really happened. It's like crying wolf. I'm not with that shit. So anyway, y'all, leave me a comment. This was too much for me not to come on here and talk about it. Because, like I said, y'all already know, travel days, Jen checks in, and I be outside. I be on these ocean and on these streets. All right. So I need to be knowing what's going on, and I don't appreciate when people make it unsafe for us, especially when women is traveling by ourselves and stuff like that. Like, come on now, please, ladies, do not be making false accusations. And when you go on these cruise ships, don't put yourself in situations where stuff like this can happen. And this is not saying that it's her fault, but just as somebody that's a little older, she was 25, I'm 42. I can remember that was the year. Okay, that was a bad year for me. If you want to talk about it, I was great on my 25th birthday. So I understand. But you cannot put yourself in situations with these people that you do not know and then don't and wonder how it happened. You know what I'm saying? On a cruise ship, it's just it's too close. It's just yeah. I recommend not hooking up with nobody on a cruise ship. Period. If you can't take the D with you, don't go back to nobody's stateroom. Don't go back to nobody's stateroom. I just don't even recommend it. You know what I'm saying? If you can't get a quickie out on the beach with people around under the bed, I don't know. You better figure something out. But I don't recommend, because look, people going missing on these cruise ships. People getting unalive under the bed. Like, just don't do it. I recommend take your D with you. If you can't, then forget it. Just don't even take your rolls, boo. If you going with your girls, you going with your family, and you ain't got your husband or boyfriend with you, just take your rolls. Don't be hooking up with them people that work on them cruise ships. Don't be hooking up with strangers on them cruise ships, because you just never know, and you never know what laws you under, what protections you under. And, God forbid something happened to one of y'all. I love all my peeps, everybody in the world, okay? And I just don't want to see nobody come in contact with evil like that. That's evil. To trick somebody or to lie on somebody. Either way. You know what I'm saying? Because for the guys, y'all hooking up with these girls, and I don't know what race she was, so I don't want to just say she was you know, she could have been beautiful. I don't want to say she was wonderful. But y'all go on these cruises, y'all go to these islands, y'all want to hook up with these wonderful women and these others, and don't know, they might be crazy. They might lie on you. You know what I'm saying? So just be careful, y'all. That's all I'm saying. Be careful. Make sound decisions. Talk to God about everything. Even the messed up stuff. Even when you know this is a sin, you ain't supposed to be having sex anyways. Still pray about it. For real. And that's it. That's all. I'm gonna, for real. Nah. You get a prize if you could tell me how many times I've ended this video already. That's funny. But no, I'm ending it for real. This YouTube video, this is it. All right. So leave me a comment. Make sure you watch this video right here or this video right here. One of these videos. Watch, comment, and if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe, okay? Because it's going to get real in 2026. I'm coming back, and I'm coming back hard, okay? Hard, because first of all, that's how I like it, okay? I like it hard, and I like it difficult. I like a challenge, all right? I'm here for the challenge, and I'm up for the challenge, and 9 times out of 10, I win, okay? So, like I said, it's your girl Jen checking in. This has been You Know What I'm Saying. I'll see y'all on the next one. Deuces.